If you can understand English, but when it's your turn to speak, your mind goes blank, this is the video you need. Because fluency is not built from big vocabulary. Fluency is built from small, repeated sentence patterns. The same patterns native speakers use every single day. And here's what most learners don't realize. When you master just a few high-frequency patterns, you suddenly have hundreds of sentences available. Today you'll learn 8 sentence patterns that make you sound more natural. You'll hear each pattern again and again, in slightly different real-life contexts, so your brain can absorb the rhythm. Stay until the end, because the last pattern is one of the most powerful for sounding natural in conversations, at work, and in daily life. You don't need to study. You can simply listen, or you can shadow me softly. Let's begin. Small note: when you hear repeat, you can repeat out loud or repeat silently in your head. Either way works. Pattern 1. I'm the kind of person who. This means this pattern helps you describe yourself naturally. It sounds thoughtful, personal, and fluent. The structure. I'm the kind of person who, and then you add the verb. Listen. I'm the kind of person who likes to plan ahead. I'm the kind of person who needs a quiet morning. I'm the kind of person who learns best by listening. Now repeat. I'm the kind of person who. I'm the kind of person who. Now let's make it more flexible. You can also say, I'm not the kind of person who. Or, I'm the kind of person who tends to. Or, I've always been the kind of person who. Now listen. I'm not the kind of person who gives up easily. I'm the kind of person who tends to overthink. I've always been the kind of person who asks a lot of questions. Repeat. I'm not the kind of person who. I've always been the kind of person who. Now your turn, silently. I'm the kind of person who. I'm not the kind of person who. Let's do a quick recall. The pattern is, I'm the kind of person who. Great job. Pattern 2. What I like about it is. Meaning, this pattern helps you explain your opinion in a calm, clear way. It sounds natural and mature. Structure. What I like about it is, and then you add a noun to complete the sentence. Now listen. What I like about it is how simple it feels. What I like about it is that it saves time. What I like about it is you don't need to overthink. Now repeat. What I like about it is. What I like about it is. Now let's add contrast. You can also say, what I don't like about it is, or what I love about it is, what I appreciate about it is. Now listen. What I don't like about it is the pressure. What I love about it is the calm pace. What I appreciate about it is how practical it is. Now repeat. What I don't like about it is. What I appreciate about it is. Now let's use it in everyday situations. The context is food. What I like about this is it's not too heavy. What I love about it is the flavor is simple. Now let's change the context to work. What I appreciate about this plan is it's realistic. What I don't like about it is the timeline is too tight. Let's change the context to English learning. What I like about listening practice is it feels natural. What I love about repetition is it builds confidence. Now your turn. What I like about is. What I don't like about is. Great job! Let's do a quick recall. The pattern is. What I like about it is. Pattern 3. I've been meaning to. Meaning. This pattern helps you talk about something you want to do but haven't done yet. It's extremely common and sounds very natural. Structure. I've been meaning to, and then you add a verb. Listen. I've been meaning to call you. I've been meaning to start earlier. I've been meaning to practice speaking more. Now repeat. I've been meaning to. I've been meaning to. Now let's make it even more natural. You can add for a while, lately, or I just haven't had time. Listen, I've been meaning to do that for a while. I've been meaning to ask you actually. I've been meaning to, but I just haven't had time. Now repeat. I've been meaning to do that for a while. I've been meaning to, but I just haven't had time. This is an everyday mini dialogue example. Did you reply to that message? Not yet. I've been meaning to. I'll do it today. Next example. Have you watched that video? Not yet, but I've been meaning to. Now your turn. Make your own complete sentence. I've been meaning to. I've been meaning to for a while. Quick recall. The pattern is I've been meaning to. Fantastic. Pattern 4. The best way to is to. Meaning, this pattern helps you give advice in a calm, confident way. It's perfect for everyday conversations and learning content. The structure is the best way to, then you add a verb, and then you add is to, and then you add another verb. Listen. The best way to improve is to stay consistent. The best way to remember phrases is to hear them often. The best way to sound natural is to copy natural patterns. Now repeat. The best way to. The best way to is to. Now let's make it softer and more conversational. You can also say, one of the best ways to is to. The easiest way to is to. A good way to is to. Now listen. One of the best ways to learn is to listen daily. The easiest way to start is to begin with small habits. A good way to practice is to shadow for 2 minutes. Now repeat. One of the best ways to. A good way to is to. Now use it for daily life. The best way to save time is to plan ahead. The easiest way to relax is to step away for a minute. A good way to feel better is to go for a short walk. Now your turn. The best way to is to. A good way to is to. Great job. Let's do a quick recall. The pattern is the best way to is to. Pattern 5. It's not that, it's just that. Meaning, this pattern helps you sound polite and emotionally intelligent. It explains your reason without sounding harsh. The structure is, it's not that, then you place a negative idea. It's just that, and then your reason. Listen. It's not that I don't want to help. It's just that I'm busy right now. It's not that I'm angry. It's just that I'm tired. It's not that I don't understand. It's just that I need a little more time. Now repeat. It's not that. It's just that. Now let's make it practical. Context. Replying late. It's not that I'm ignoring you, it's just that I've been occupied. Context. Saying no. It's not that I don't want to join, it's just that I already have plans. Context. Learning English. It's not that my English is bad, it's just that I get nervous sometimes. Now repeat. It's not that I'm ignoring you, it's just that I've been occupied. It's not that I don't want to join, it's just that I already have plans. Now try to make your own. It's not that. It's just that. Great job. So the pattern is, it's not that, it's just that. Pattern 6. If I'm being honest. Meaning, this pattern helps you speak naturally and sincerely. It's a common soft opener before an opinion. The structure is, if I'm being honest, after that you place your opinion. Listen. If I'm being honest, I don't really feel like going out today. If I'm being honest, I'm not sure that will work. If I'm being honest, I need a break. Now repeat. If I'm being honest, if I'm being honest. Now let's add similar natural variations. To be honest, or honestly, or if you ask me. Now listen with these similar variations. To be honest, I'd rather keep it simple. Honestly, I think we should wait. If you ask me, this is the better option. Now repeat. To be honest, honestly, if you ask me, here is a everyday mini dialogue using these variations. Do you like this idea? If I'm being honest, I think we can make it better. Are you free today? To be honest, I'm pretty tired. Can we do it tomorrow? Now try to make your own. If I'm being honest, quick recall. The pattern is, if I'm being honest. Pattern 7. It's one of those things where, meaning, this pattern helps you explain complex situations in a simple, natural way. It's especially useful when something is not black and white. The structure is, it's one of those things where, and then you add an explanation. Now listen. It's one of those things where you need to try it to understand it. It's one of those things where timing matters. It's one of those things where everyone has a different opinion. Now repeat. It's one of those things where. It's one of those things where. Now let's place it in real context. Choosing a job. It's one of those things where you have to think long term. The context is improving English. It's one of those things where small daily practice matters more than big effort once a week. The context is relationships. It's one of those things where communication makes a huge difference. Now repeat. It's one of those things where small daily practice matters more than big effort once a week. Now try to make your own pattern. It's one of those things where. Great job. A quick recall, the pattern is, it's one of those things where. Pattern 8. The reason I is because. Meaning, this pattern helps you explain your choices clearly. It's simple, direct, and very natural. The structure. The reason I, then you add a verb, is because, and then you add your reason. Now listen. The reason I listen every day is because it keeps English familiar. The reason I speak slowly is because I want to be clear. The reason I repeat phrases is because it builds confidence. Now repeat. The reason I is because. Now let's change it. You can also say, that's why I. That's the reason I. It's because. Now listen. That's why I keep it simple. That's the reason I don't rush. It's because I want it to feel natural. Now repeat. That's why I. Great. Now your turn. Try to finish your own pattern. The reason I is because. Great job. Let's do a quick recall. The pattern is the reason I is because. Now, let's do a calm final recap. Just listen or repeat softly. I'm the kind of person who. What I like about it is. I've been meaning to. The best way to is to. It's not that. It's just that. If I'm being honest. It's one of those things where. The reason I is because. Here's how you make this work in real life. Choose only one pattern today, just one. Use it in your head while you walk. Use it in a message. Use it in a small conversation. One pattern, many sentences. That's how natural English is built. Not by pressure, by repetition, familiarity. and by calm practice. And if you stay with these patterns, your English won't just become correct, it will become natural.